Happy Venus Day, y'all. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys check out my the video that I did with Adina. Hey Nikki. Hey Illuma Nikki. I hope you guys check out the video that I did with Adina on liberated pussy. I just feel like it's such a great opportunity for us to, as women, to really begin claiming our sovereignty. And so much of sovereignty, like, I have been in a healing journey. I've been in a healing process. And when I say healing, I mean I've been healing the mindset of like the Western mind, the Western capitalistic, racist, separatist Christian mind. Like, that's the mind that I was born into. And I have been doing the work most of my life, but in the last decade, really intensely on healing the belief system so that I could come into who I'm organically made to be. So I can be the human, the divine being, or the human that I'm here to be, because the conditioning of not enoughness and racism and separatism had usurped my being. Like, I was just in these experiences and stories and belief systems that really didn't feel good to me. And I couldn't see what else was available. So I had to really go inside of myself, and so what were those things? Like, there was a time I really believed in marriage. Like, I grew up, you guys, like, I really believed that I needed a savior. All I can tell you is that I remember the part of me that used to be sick that I was with myself, that really hated myself. And what do I mean when I say I hated myself? Really didn't feel like I was worth anything. Didn't understand my gifts. I believed in a deep way that I needed something outside of me, someone outside of me, other than me, to validate me, to make me feel safe, to give me purpose, to give me reason. I felt profoundly empty and void of anything that was captivating to my own attention inside of myself. So I was constantly seeking something outside. And today, now that I've done all this work to heal, I can see so clearly how lost I was. And what did that look like? That looked like going from man to man to man. I used to call myself a Tarzan lover, because I would just swing from one man, and before I would let go of that man, I would get a branch that was another man, and then I would let go of the man behind me because I had a branch of another man that was in front of me, and the branches are the penises. The branch swinging from one penis to the next. And I don't have no shame about it at all, because I'm really clear that it was a human experience that I needed. Like, I'm so happy to be who I am now. Like, and I get it. And I understand why I was behaving the way that I behaved. Like, I understand. And it was such a profound experience, but I was really looking for something. That's what I know. I was looking for something. And because of the cultural narratives, I thought I was looking for a husband. I thought I was looking for love. I thought I was looking for something that felt like me. I was looking for something that would make me feel like myself, like I could be in myself, like I was enough. Like, I was looking for something to give me that. And I disguised it in a whole manner of ways because I didn't know that I was looking for something to give me something outside of myself. And so it created in me, I was very naive. One of the things that I can see now that I have done, which is really a trip to see, is that I would take men at their word. And I'm not really sure that's all I can say is I would take men at their word. And in taking men at their word, some people know how to say what you need to hear. They know that you are looking for something and that you don't have the confidence in yourself, so that if they say what you want to hear, you're going to believe them because you're that naive, you're that unguarded, you're that hungry, you're that devoid of your own awareness, of your own power. So they are just going to say what you want to hear so that you will do what they want you to do. And that is what I would experience. I experienced a number of relationships where people said what I wanted to hear. And what I discovered was that then their actions didn't meet their words. But had I been really more healed or aware or conscious, or I would have looked for their words and their actions to meet at the onset. But I did not understand that because I wasn't present enough with myself. I wasn't with myself to know what I really needed or what I could offer. Like, I was so absent in my own beingness that I entangled myself in experiences that, looking back now, not from a place of judgment or victimization, but just from a place of just from a rational mind. Now that I've healed my mindset, I can see rationally, like, this person clearly wasn't, like, what they said was clearly not what they were showing and doing. And you just hoped. You just were naive. You just were not taking care of yourself. And so this is this Venus retrograde, y'all. Venus retrograde in fucking Leo. This energy is so powerful. It is digging out the guts. It is digging out the guts of the ways, because what's going on also is Saturn is in Pisces. And Saturn in Pisces is all the collective subconscious shit that you step over and the things that you deny. And what I'm learning is that it's so important for me to call myself out. It's so important for me to tell on myself to myself. It's so important for me to acknowledge what I'm actually experiencing and not fantasize or second guess, or like really name your feelings, name them so that I can actually then be responsible for what's happening to me and how I'm impacting others. And so it's just, we're living in a time where if we can call ourselves out, just tell yourself the truth about what you're going through, what you're experiencing. And here's the thing, what I see in myself and others is that even if we're experiencing something that's challenging, there can be this arrogant sort of flippant thing like it's them. If it's in your world, it's for you. If it's in your world, you have called it to you somehow. So if I have somebody in my life that's lying, or somebody that's being deceitful or whatever, I'm not going to just be like, they're a liar, they're that. I'm going to ask myself, Why am I attracting this in my world? Because it's there because the universe is trying to show me something that I need to see about myself. And it might mean that, oh, you're lying to yourself somewhere. It might, but to just you can't just cut people off. That's not what I'm saying to do. I'm saying call it what it really is. Don't just cut people. That's because we live in the world and everybody's got stuff and we're in the dark ages. We're in the dark ages. So everybody's got stuff. You can't cut nobody off. That's bullshit. You have to call it as you see it and find how you're relating to it. Where is it in you? Because when you can heal it in yourself, then you are going to actually transform it. That's the Christ consciousness. That's the Leo energy. The thing that you shine the light on, everybody gets to benefit from it. So don't cut nobody out. That nigga ain't that's bullshit. That's cowardice. You're a coward if you do that. That's a coward. We're not cowards. We're courageous. And even though things are uncomfortable and dark, and we're going to look at them. Yes, yes, always, always. So, this Venus retrograde energy, I'm not teaching any classes right now. So I really get to dig into my own work, which is so powerful. I'm so excited. I'm teaching the moon class. I'm always teaching the moon class. I'll always teach the moon class because practice. You got to stay in a practice. Because if you're not in a practice, energy piles up, and we're in the dark ages. So if you're not always you got to clean your house all the time, right? Like when I don't clean my house, it's like, fuck. You know what I mean? If you don't shower, it's going to become clear, right? If you don't brush your teeth, you have to always be doing your work. Your spiritual work is what we're here to do. There is nothing else but spiritual work. Everything else is extra. That job you got, that 9 to 5, that ain't nothing. Your spiritual work is your work. That 9 to 5 should be paying for your spiritual work. That's what your 9 to 5 is for. Your 9 to 5 is so you can pay for your spiritual work. The spiritual work is what you're here to do. All that other shit don't mean nothing. And I don't even have time for people in my life anymore who aren't on their spiritual journey clearly. I'm not friends with people. And what I'm beginning to see as I deepen into it, and I've been doing it for years, and as I'm deepening into it, I'm starting to see, oh, I thought I was doing it, but now I'm really doing it. It just gets deeper. And you can't just pretend. It's not for play. The spiritual journey is the realest shit that there is. And I have bumped into my ego. I have the level of arrogance that I see and experience in myself is like, oh, I might have to quit the spiritual journey. And Spirit's like, nope, that's as good. Since you see it, now we can actually continue to work. You know what I mean? Like, it's a part of the human process. The spiritual journey is not about being perfect. I'm sorry, I don't mean that, because everything is perfect. I don't mean that. It's not about not having challenges. It's not this carefree life. That's not what it is. It's a more challenging life, but it's also a more powerful life. It's also a more magical life. It's also a deeper life. But it's a more complicated life. It's all of the things. And so, yes, it's always, here we go again, right? So with the Venus in retrograde, I have been seeing in myself lately, I just have been seeing, I was telling you guys the other day, a possum showed up in my house. And I had 3 friends. All my friends now are deeply anchored in their spirituality. I don't have any friends anymore who are not anchored in spirituality. It's like I have people that I love, that I have been friends with, but the people that I roll with, that I spend time with, we're all anchored in our spiritual practices. I just can't function any other way. It's just not possible for me. And because at the level of commitment that I have, everything in my life is about my spirituality. Everything, my relationships, the people who I lay down with and have sex with, the food I eat, is my poop floating? All of it is about my spirituality. What you taking in, everything is about my spirituality. So this retrograde with Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde and Lilith conjunct this Leo new moon, the shadow, y'all. The shadow stuff is like, whoa, it's profound to me. So I've been seeing the places where like I really wanted to be in love so bad. I wanted to be in love so bad that I let somebody say some lying ass bullshit to me and fake and pretend. And I took it like it was truth, even though I knew it was a lie. I'm like when I look back, I'm like, you knew he was lying. You knew he was lying. You just didn't want him to be lying. You hoped he wasn't lying. You hoped he wasn't lying, but you knew he was lying. And I'm like, I did. Right? And I have to take responsibility for that. I have to take responsibility for the fact that somebody said something that sounded good, that I wanted to be true, that I hoped was true, but I knew it wasn't. And I bet my whole reality on it. Absolutely. And so I'm looking at the ways that I've lied to myself. And so it's like, and really just laughing at it now. Like it's fucking hilarious because I see myself so clearly. I see my bullshit so fucking clearly. I'm like, you're a bullshit ass bitch and you know it. I'm like, God dang. You just didn't want, and here's the thing for me. And I know when I say this, so many of y'all are going to be like, damn. So many of us are so fucking chicken shit. And we don't want to be responsible for our gifts, for our magic, for our power. We don't want to be responsible. So we are so willing to run and do everything else. I know so many women who are so full of shit looking for a man. They just gotta fucking, and I get it because I was doing it. I was doing it. And I wasn't doing it the way I even watch women do it today. Because, they don't want to be alone. The reason they don't want to be alone is because they don't want to fucking bow down and learn and become responsible for their magic and their power. So they rather just pussyfoot from one nigga to the next, not really doing shit, not being satisfied, being like, going in thinking this is the one, this is going to be good. And then 3 weeks in, after the dick you done swallowed all the dick you can and the sex. And then you start seeing the traits and you're like, okay, it's going on again. But you're going to try to force it and then it ends. And then it's like, he did this and he ain't that. But that wasn't him. That was your chicken ass shit. That's because you ain't shit. Because you running from yourself. And how do I know? Because I fucking did it. And I wasn't shit. And I was trying to make some nigga be the king who really wasn't the king. Because I wasn't really on my throne yet. I wasn't really taking myself seriously yet. So I'm making some man feel good and laying up with him and giving him all this good ass juicy pussy, trying to hope he gonna wife me. And are you kidding? That's bullshit. Y'all know y'all been doing it. Y'all do. Who gonna tell on themselves? Who gonna say it? Y'all know it. It's the truth. Running from yourself. Just running from yourself. From swinging from one dick to the next. It'd be good for about the first 3 fucks. It'd be good for about the first 3 weeks, right? You're like, sprung, And then it starts to fall apart. Yeah, I know not anymore, but how many times have you done it? But maybe not anymore for you now, but it's people we know, we've been doing it. Such a because right underneath the person that said not anymore is such a whore, and I mean a whore. Right, exactly. Running from your power, trying to give somebody your power. And these men, they're victims. These men are victims. They really are. These men who think they out here slanging and got bitches, they're victims. They are victims of women who are running from their power. The men are victims. They think they playing us. That shit is hilarious. Whew, oh my God. But the problem is the more sex you have, the more the memory gets imprinted in your body. It does, right? So so what becomes the challenge is freeing yourself from the sex, from the addiction to the feeling, from the addiction of running from yourself and and those addictions can show up as all sorts of things. But the point is, while we're in these retrogrades, this is the opportunity. I'm done talking that kind of shit. She said I'm gonna put a kettle on it now because the tea. Oh my gosh, this stuff is so hilarious. This is hilarious. Okay, so here's where we get to heal, though, is the point. And what's the healing? The healing is simply calling your own name, taking responsibility, getting curious about what's really going on with you, asking yourself the deep questions, and stop trying to have anybody else in place of you. Like, go be single if you need to. Really, or, you know what I mean? Like, go really focus on yourself. Stop trying to find somebody. It's just, like, if you give yourself what you need, learn how to give yourself what you need. That's the thing. You got to really learn how to give yourself what you need. And when you do, then everything will shift. When you become fully responsible for your needs and you're no longer needing anyone for anything that you can do for yourself. And then when people do for you what you can do for yourself, it really is a plus. It really is a plus. But you've got to get clear about what's really going on inside of you. And I mean, I have to tell you, like, I have enjoyed the Tarzan experience. It has been a fantastic experience. Like, oh my gosh, I have been strung out on so many dicks. I have been addicted to dicks. Oh my God, I have been dictified. I cannot. But I feel like, yes, addicted. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh, Lord have mercy. Whew. Addicted. That was great. That was great. And I feel so grateful today to really just take responsibility and to really see the places that I have lied to myself, trying to make somebody else take care of me, trying to give my power away, being lazy because I didn't want to really do my own work, not wanting to really do the work to access my power. The work to access your power is not easy. And so I do understand running from it. I do. But I want you to know that you're going to always find yourself with yourself. And, and that's it. All right, y'all. Have a really great day. This has been hilarious. This is so funny. And I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful. Happy Venus Day. Happy Venus Day. Peace and blessings, y'all. Go check out the video with Adina and I. We're going to be doing this class. Adina's actually doing the class. It's not my class. It's Adina's class. She's doing this class on the goddess technology around the womb. And this class is the core of what I'm talking about on so many levels. Whew. All right, y'all. This is hilarious. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.